This is Fireheart. Come to the top of your mat. Bring your hands to heart center. Connect with your breath, breathing through your nose, evenly in and out. Here we go. Take an inhale breath, raise your arms above your head. Urdhva Hastasana, upward hands. On the exhale breath, bow forward. Uttanasana, deep forward fold. Take the left foot, step it back, put your knee down, top of the foot to the ground. Inhale the arms up and back, low lunge. Place your hands onto the mat, step back, high push-up plank. Bend the elbows straight back, lower all the way down to the floor. Put the tops of your feet down. Move your hands 12 inches forward. Inhalation breath, curl the chest up, low cobra. Pull the hands back, tuck your toes, press up and back into downward facing dog. On an inhale, step the left foot forward, low lunging, arms go up and back, pelvis moving toward forward heel. Place the hands on the mat, step up to the top of the mat, forward bend. On an inhale breath, rise up, take a tiny arch back, and on the exhalation, bow it down. Take the right foot back, put the knee to the ground, top of the foot down. Inhalation breath, raises the arms up, arcing back. Exhaling, placing the hands down, step back, high push-up plank. Bend the elbows straight back, keep your low belly strong, lower all the way down to the floor. Put the tops of your feet down, move your hands 12 inches out in front of you. On an inhale breath, curl and lift the chest up, low cobra. Exhalation, place the hands back on either side of the chest, lift the seat up and back, down dog. Take the right foot, step it forward, low lunging, arms are up, arcing back. Exhalation, place the hands to the top of the mat, step up and forward bend. On an inhale breath, raise the arms up, keep the thighs engaging, lift up, arc it back. Exhalation, bow it on down. Taking the left foot back, put the knee to the ground. Inhaling, low lunge. Hands to the mat, step it back, high push-up plank. Bend the elbows straight back, lower all the way down. Keep your hands where they are. Tops of the feet are down. Inhalation, curl the chest up. Use some arm strength. Shoulder heads back, cobra. Exhalation, lower the chest. Press the hips up and back into downward facing dog. Taking the left foot, stepping it forward. Right knee down, top of the foot to the ground. Arms up, low lunge. Hands to the mat, step up and forward bend. Inhalation, rise up, arc a little deeper back. On the exhale breath, bow it down. Take the right foot back, put the knee to the ground. Inhalation, low lunging. Hands on the mat, step it back, high push-up plank. Bend the elbows straight back, lower all the way down to the mat. Keep the hands where they are, tops of the feet are down. Inhalation, curl the chest open into Bhujangasana Cobra. Exhalation, tuck the toes, lift the hips up and back into downward facing dog. Taking the right foot, stepping it forward, coming into your low lunge. Exhale, hands to the mat, step it up, deep forward bend, work for straighter legs. On the inhale breath, rise up, arc it back, exhale, bow it down, take the left foot back, put the knee to the ground, inhale, coming into low lunge, hands onto the mat, step it back. One more time, we're lowering all the way down to the ground. This time, up onto the fingertips, curl the chest up into a high cobra. Exhale, tuck the toes, palms are flat, lift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Left foot steps forward, coming into your low lunge, deepen the lunge, hands to the mat, step it up and forward bend. On the inhale breath, rise up, arc it back, exhalation, bowing down. Right foot goes back, knee to the ground, low lunging, hands to the mat, step it back, lowering all the way down, up onto the fingertips, curl into the high cobra, tuck the toes, press up and back into your downward facing dog. Take the right foot and step it forward, coming into the low lunge. Exhalation, hands to the top of the mat, fold in. Inhale, rise up, arc back. Exhalation, bow it down. Take the left foot back with the knee to the ground. Top of the foot is down. Inhalation, breath. Raise the arms up and back. Low lunging. Hands to the mat. Step it back. Hold high push-up plank. Belly pulled in under the navel. Tailbone tucked down. Spine is long. Bend the elbows straight back. Chaturanga, hover 4 to 6 inches up off of the ground, elbows straight back, squeezing in the side bodies, thighs engaging. Inhalation, curl the shoulder heads back, lifting the chest up, coming into upward facing dog, coming onto the tops of the feet. The only thing on the floor are the hands, the tops of the feet. Exhalation, press up and back into your downward facing dog. Take your left foot, step it forward, coming into your low lunge. Hands to the top of the mat, step up and deep forward bend, working for straighter legs each time. On the inhale breath, rise up, arc a little bit more deeply back, and on the exhale breath, bow it down. Take the right foot back with the knee to the ground, top of the foot is down. Inhalation, low lunging. Hands come onto the mat, step it back, hold. High push-up plank. Squeeze the elbows in, spread the fingers wide. Tuck the tailbone down, pull the low belly in, up and back. Keep your spine long, the neck is relaxed. Lowering chaturanga, hover. Inhalation, roll the shoulder heads back. Pull the shoulder blades down, lift the breastbone up, coming on the tops of the feet. Upward facing dog. Tuck the toes, lift the seat, press up and back, downward facing dog. Take the right foot, step it forward, low lunge. Come up, forward bend. Inhale, rise up, arc it back. Exhalation, bowing down. 3 more rounds. Left foot goes back, knee to the ground. Deepen the lunge, pelvis toward forward heel. Arms up, lift the ribs off the waist. Exhalation, hands to the mat. Step it back, lower, chaturanga. Inhalation, upward facing dog. Exhalation, downward facing dog. On the inhale, step the left foot forward. Low lunging. Hands to the top of the mat, step it up, fold in. Work on that low belly strength. On the inhale, raise the arms up, arc it back. Exhale, bowing down. Right foot goes back, knee to the ground. Lunges deeper, pelvis toward forward heel. Hands down onto the mat, step it back, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhalation, downward facing dog. Taking that right foot, step it up, low lunge. Exhale, hands to the top of the mat, fold it in deeper each time. Lift the seat. Inhale, rise up, arc it back. Exhale, bowing down. 2 more rounds. Left foot goes back, knee to the ground. Arms up, ribs up, arc back. Hands to the mat. Step it back. Keep breathing. Lower, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhalation, downward facing dog. Taking the left foot, stepping it up. Low lunge, hands to the mat, step it up, deep forward bend. On the inhale breath, rise up, arc it back. Exhale, bowing down. Right foot goes back, knee to the ground, low lunging. Hands to the mat, step it back, lower, chaturanga. Inhale, curl the chest. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right foot steps forward, low lunge. Come to the top of the mat, forward bending. Inhale, rise up, arc back. Exhale, bowing down. Last round, left foot goes back, knee to the ground, low lunge. Hands to the mat, step it back, lower, chaturanga. Inhalation, curl the chest. Exhalation, press up and back down dog. Left foot steps forward. Hands to the top of the mat, step up and fold in. Rise up, arc back, bow down. Right foot goes back, knee to the ground. Last side, last round. Hands to the mat, step it back, chaturanga. Inhalation, upward facing dog. Exhalation, downward facing dog. Taking the right foot, stepping it up, coming into your low lunge. And at the top of the mat, stay in your forward bend and take 3 cleansing breaths. Breathe in the nose and out the mouth. You can turn your head right and left in a no motion, nod your head in a yes motion. You may want to separate your feet hip distance or a little bit wider. Bend the knees as much as you need to so that your whole spine is just extending down your thighs. Use your hands pressing down to pull your shoulders back away from the ground. If you'd like to open up into the chest and shoulders a little bit more deeply, you can interlace your hands behind you and take the arms up and over. Let's take one more breath. Good. Release your interlace if you chose to take that variation, and then toe heel your feet so that they come side by side. Bend your knees, sit down into your imaginary chair. This is called Utkatasana, awkward pose, chair pose, fierce pose, powerful pose. Sit down, sit back. The arms are extended above the head. They're shoulder distance. If the chest is tight, take them a little bit wider. Give yourself some space. Pull your low belly in, tuck your tail down, sit down and back, putting weight towards the heels. Shoot it up. Exhale, bowing down. Look up halfway, and then step or jump back, chaturanga. Inhalation, upward facing dog. Exhalation, downward facing dog. Take your left foot and step it forward, coming into warrior one. Hold your pose. Your left knee is bending 90 degrees. The outer edge of your right foot is firmly down onto the mat. Right leg is straight. Engage it. Press the top of that thigh back. Pull in your low belly. Lift the ribs up off the waist and square your chest and your shoulders towards the top of the mat. Arms are up in line with your ears. Eyes can go up. Exhale, put your hands down, step back, try not to drag your foot, use that low belly strength, and lower chaturanga, taking a vinyasa. Inhalation, curling the chest up. Exhalation, press it back, downward facing dog. Let's do the other side, taking the right foot, stepping it forward for warrior one and holding your pose. Spin the outer edge of the left foot down onto the mat, press it firmly. Engage the left thigh, pressing it back. Right knee is bending 90 degrees towards the top of your mat. Pull your low belly in, lift the ribs up off of the waist, turn the chest and the shoulders so they face forward toward the top of the mat. Reaching the arms up, use the arms to help extend your side bodies. Bring your eyes up. And on the exhale, put your hands down, step back, belly strength, lower chaturanga. Inhalation, chest curling up. Exhalation, press it back into the downward facing dog. Let's take 2 breaths here. We're getting ready for Vashisthasana. If you need a cleansing breath, go in the nose and out the mouth. Then move your left hand and your left foot toward the center line of your mat and stack your right foot on top of your left foot and turn your hips and your chest towards the long edge of your mat, taking your right arm upward towards the sky. Stacking ankle over ankle, knee over knee, hip over hip, shoulder over shoulder. If you want to add a variation, lift the right leg up off of the left leg. Lift it 12 inches or so, keep it challenging. And you can take the right arm and reach it over your head toward the top of your mat. Rotate the bicep toward the head so that you're wrapping the shoulder, pulling the shoulder blade down while reaching the arm up. And we hold for 5. Lift the hip in the air, closest to the sky, higher. And change. Spiral down and take a vinyasa. And we'll meet up in downward facing dog. Take a cleansing breath in your downward facing dog and we'll get ready to do the other side. Take your right hand and your right foot toward the center line, stacking your left foot on top of your right. Vashisthasana, other side. Turn and face your thighs and your hips and your chest and your shoulders towards the long edge of your mat. Left arm is up. You have ankle over ankle, knee over knee, hip over hip, shoulder over shoulder. Add your variations, lifting top leg off of bottom leg, 12 inches. Taking top arm and reaching it over the head, wrap the shoulder, pull the shoulder blade down, hold, 3, 2, 1, and change. Taking your vinyasa, lower down, nice and slow. Inhalation, roll the shoulders back. Don't cheat on your upward facing dogs. And on the exhale breath, press up and back into your downward facing dog. We'll take 2 breaths in our downward facing dog. You can harness your breath, breathing in and out through your nose. If you feel like you need a cleansing breath, you can take one. And then look up and step or jump to the top of the mat. Fold in, Uttanasana, forward bend. Bend your knees, sitting down into your imaginary chair. Bring your hands to heart center while you're sitting in your chair. Take an inhale breath and lengthen from your tail all the way through your crown. On the exhale breath, turn, taking the left elbow to the outside of the right thigh. This is the twisted chair. As you get the left elbow to the outside of the right thigh, be mindful that your knees are still side by side. Your feet are side by side. Your hips are even and square. Turn from your waist, turn from your chest, your shoulders, and your neck. Use your inhale breath. Lengthen the left side body toward the right knee. On the exhale breath, turn and twist the chest even more. Bring the elbows slightly away from each other. Press the palms together firmly. And release. Come to the center line. Hang forward. Bend your knees a bit. Grab with your peace fingers, your middle and index fingers around your big toes for Padangusthasana. This is the holding the big toe pose. Take and hold your big toes so that your palms face one another. Relax your head and your neck. Now take an inhale breath and lengthen your spine. The arms straighten and you lift through the chest. And on the exhale breath, bend the elbows and start to straighten the legs. Find contact with the low ribs to the high inner upper thighs the entire time in this pose. So only straighten your legs as much as you can keep that contact. You want good, beautiful extension through your spine. We're going to take one more breath here. Lift your sitting bones higher. And if you engage from the back of the knee up towards the buttocks, lifting through the hamstrings, you'll get a deeper and more comfortable stretch. Release your hands from your toes. Toe heel your feet side by side. Bend your knees. Sit right back down into that chair. Arms are extended above the head. Low belly is pulled in. Tuck the tailbone down. Sit down and sit back. And we're going to twist that chair to the other side. Bring the hands to heart center. Take an inhale breath and lengthen from your tail to your crown. And on the exhale breath, turn. Take the right elbow to the outside of the left thigh, spinning, turning your chair. You'll notice that the outside knee, the right knee on this side, tries to sneak forward. Gently ease it back. Square your hips toward the top of your mat. Bring your left knee a little further forward so that they match. Turn the waist. Turn the chest, turn the shoulders, turn the neck. Keep pressing the palms together, bringing the shoulder heads back. Lengthen the right side body towards the left knee. Turn and twist. Suck your belly in and lift your breastbone from the bottom to the top. Big lift in the heart. And release. Place the hands on either side of the feet. Toe heel your feet apart. And this time we're moving into Padahastasana. We're going to step onto the palms. So take and slide your palms up underneath your feet so that your toes touch to your wrists. And spread the fingers wide. Ideally, if you can get your big toe onto the meaty part of your thumb side and the second toe towards the pinky finger side of the wrist, that is ideal. And then bend the knees so that you get that rib to thigh contact. Relax your head. Take an inhale breath and grow longer through the spine. You can straighten the arms here while you move the chest away from the thighs. And then as you exhale, bend the elbows and start straightening the legs, moving the chest onto the thighs and further down the thighs, bringing the crown of the head towards the tops of your feet. Lift the hamstrings. Keep weight into the heels. Bring some weight forward so that you have weight a little bit towards your toes and the hips align over the ankles. And release. Take the hands out from underneath the feet. Toe heel the feet together. Bend your knees and sit down into your imaginary chair. Shoot it up, and on the exhale breath, bowing forward. On the inhale, look up halfway, and you can step or you can jump back and lower chaturanga. Inhalation, curl the chest up, upward facing dog, and on the exhale breath, press up and back into the downward facing dog. Take your left foot, step it forward, coming into warrior two. You want the left foot facing the top of the mat. The outer edge of the right foot is down. The chest is turning, facing the long edge of your mat, and the arms are extended at shoulder height to the left and to the right. Your gaze is to the left. We're going to reverse this pose. Flip the left palm, reach it up, reach it back. Place your right hand at your hip, thigh, or calf. This is the peaceful warrior. Lengthen and stretch through your ribs and through your side body. How deep can you go into this pose? If you engage your lower body really well, pressing the feet, engaging the thighs, pulling in the belly, lifting up to the heart, you can let your head go back just a little bit more. And you'll get so much more length to come through your rib cage, through your side body, and change. Step back and flow. Lower, chaturanga. Inhalation, upward facing dog. Exhalation, downward facing dog. Take the right foot, step it forward for warrior two. Right toes are pointed up towards the top of the mat. Left foot is turned in 30 degrees. Outer edge of the foot is down. Lower belly in, inner upper thighs pressing apart. Arms extended at shoulder height. The gaze is to the right. Flip the right palm, reach it up, reach it back. Put the left hand on the hip or the thigh or the calf, coming into your reverse warrior. Keep bending through your right knee, pulling in your low belly, lengthening through your side bodies, lifting the ribs up off of the waist. Strengthen your thighs and go deeper. Let the head relax. Find that space and change. Step back and lower. Take a vinyasa. We'll all meet up into the downward facing dog. Walk your dog a bit. Pedal your feet. Take a little hang time in each of your heels. And just notice how you're feeling now compared to when you first started to practice. Look up. Step or jump. Exhale and fold in, bending your knees and sitting down into your imaginary chair. Open the arms to the right and to the left at shoulder height. Cross the left arm underneath the right at the elbow and then again at the wrist. This is Garudasana, the eagle pose. Lift the elbows up in line with the shoulders. Press the hands away from the face. Take the left leg, cross it up and over the right. Wrap the foot around the back of the calf if you're able. And then align. You have to square your hips and your shoulders towards the top of your mat. Move your knees a little bit over to the left and your elbows slightly over to the right. Keep breathing. Suck your low belly in, up, and back. Upper body can extend forward. Fly your eagle, bringing tailbone down to heel. How low can you go? For 3, 2, 1, and change. Arms go up. Arc it back. Exhalation. Bow down. Look up halfway. Come on back. Let's lower. On the inhale breath, curl the chest up. On the exhale breath, press up and back into your downward facing dog. And let's walk that dog again. Bending alternate knees. If you'd like to take one leg up and drop the heel toward the opposite buttock, opening up into the hip and into the side body, you may. Try to get hip over hip. Try to keep your weight evenly distributed across your hands and your shoulders. You should also roll out the ankle going both directions. Place that foot down and then do the other side. You want to mirror and match your sides so that they're the same and everything is being brought into balance. Also, become aware of your breath. So now you should have the other leg up with the heel drop down, the circular motion coming into the ankle joint, and then place that foot down. Connect again with your breath. Take a cleansing breath if you need it. Sometimes we don't need a cleansing breath because we're physically tired, but rather because maybe we're mentally or emotionally exhausted or tapped out. So give yourself a chance here to just release some of that stress. And then look up and step or jump and exhale to fold in. Bend your knees and sit down into your imaginary chair. Let's do Garudasana, the eagle pose on the other side. So open the arms to the right and to the left, crossing now the right arm underneath the left at the elbow and again at the wrist. Send the elbows up. Lengthen the upper arm from shoulder to elbow forward. Lift through the arms and lengthen the palms. Take the right leg and cross it up and over the left, wrapping the foot behind your calf. Align. Your knees may need to move a little bit over to the right and the elbows slightly over to the left. Fly your eagle. Suck in the low belly, take upper body forward. Keep the chest lifting, put tail to heel for 3, 2, 1, and change. Stand up strong. Reach the arms up and back. You can spread your fingers wide. It will help your wrists and shoulders to feel better. And on the exhale breath, bowing forward. Looking up halfway and step or jump back and lower. On the inhalation, curl and lift the chest up. Upward facing dog. Exhalation, downward facing fabulous dog. Hold your downward facing dog. We're going to turbo dog this downward facing dog. Bend your elbows down toward the mat and slightly toward each other. Just be mindful that they're not winging out to the side. You don't want to look like a bulldog. Bring the elbows in. Keep the inner edge of the hand down. This is the index finger and the thumb side of the hand stays down. Elbows hovering off of the floor, not onto the floor. Hit the thighs back, descend the heels down, relax the head, and take one more breath here. Shoulders start to burn, upper back starts to become aware. Feel the upper back. Most folks don't feel their upper back. It's bringing awareness there. Straighten your arms. Now we like the downward facing dog. Take a cleansing breath. Let whatever emotion came up about that turbo dog, let it go. Even if it was a great emotion, even if you were like, yes, this is so powerful, I love this pose so much, it's my favorite pose, I wish I could do it all day long, maybe that was possible, that some of you enjoyed it. Let that go too. Detach, because you never know what's coming next in your life, and if you're attached to a certain time in your life, then you can't move forward. Be present. Be here. Look up. Step or jump. Exhale, fold in. Bend your knees and sit into your deepest chair yet. Sit down and sit back. Shoot it up. Exhalation, bow forward. Look up halfway. Come on back, let's lower. Inhale, curl the chest up. Exhalation, pressing back into downward facing dog. Take your left foot, step it up for triangle. Come directly into your triangle. Left hand is behind left ankle. Both legs are straight. Turn and peel the chest away from the floor. Reach through both of your arms. Open up through your arms. I call it your wingspan. Stretch from arm to arm, creating as much space across the back of your chest as you do the front. Keep re-engaging your legs. Use your right leg getting stronger and straighter to help teach your left leg what to do. We're going to take this up into a balancing pose or two. Take the right hand and put it on your hip. Bend into your left knee. Take an inhale breath. And on the exhale, lift up through your right leg, coming into the half moon. When you get in your half moon, if you want to quarter moon your half moon, you can bend your top leg and grab the foot into your hand, turning the hips and the chest and the shoulders so they're facing toward the long edge of your mat. Pull your low belly in. Lift your chest, reach and lengthen as much as you can through your entire spine. If you have the quarter moon, release your quarter moon, and we're going to take this into the standing split. This is Urdhva Prasarita Ekapadasana, otherwise known as the standing split. Use your hands on the ground for balance. Rotate your chest so that it's facing the ground. Level your hips. Bring that right hip around. Keep the leg in the air. Take an inhale breath and lengthen your spine forward toward your head, toward the top of your mat. And as you exhale, bend your elbows and walk your hands back as you send your leg in the air up towards the sky. Lift your leg as high as you can. Turn and rotate the thigh inward toward the other thigh so that you have openness across the lower back. Do not clench your buttocks or turn the leg out. It will stop the motion in the space that we need into the low back. Relax your head. If you want to take this a little deeper, wrap your left hand behind your left calf. Use your right hand for balance. Use an inhale breath. Move the frontal rib cage more deeply down your thigh and towards your foot that you're standing on. And as you exhale, strengthen both of your legs and lift the leg in the air as high as you can. When you're looking up at your leg in the air, if you can see your toes, your leg's not high enough. Lift it more. And then step your feet side by side. Bend your knees. Sit down into the imaginary chair. Shoot it up. And on the exhale breath, bowing forward. Inhale, look up halfway. Exhalation, lower. Stepping back, lowering down. Jumping if you're jumping. Inhalation, upward facing dog. Exhalation, downward facing dog. Take a cleansing breath. And we're going to take the right foot up on an inhale, coming into triangle. Come directly into the pose. Put the right hand behind the right ankle. Outer edge of the left foot is down. Both legs are straight. Use your left leg now to teach your right leg what to do. You'll notice it'll straighten easier. Turn your entire chest away from the floor and lengthen through your side bodies even more. If it's comfortable, look up. If it's not, you need to tuck your tail more and draw your shoulder blades more deeply down your back. Let's take it into half moon. Put the left hand onto the hip. Bend into the right knee. Move the right hand and arms distance forward. Take an inhale breath. And on the exhale, giddy up. Lift that left leg up, coming into your half moon. Only lift the leg to hip height, not higher than that. And then if you quarter mooned on the other side, you need to quarter moon here. Stretch and lengthen through your thigh. Turn and open through your hips. Tuck your tail down. Lengthen your spine through your neck. Look up if it's comfortable. Taking one more breath. Keep re-engaging your standing leg. And just notice if the foot has turned at all. Just notice, become aware. Your practice is about awareness. And we're going to take this now into our beautiful standing split. So if you have the quarter moon, release your quarter moon. Fully extend that leg that's in the air. Turn and face your chest to the floor. Put your hands down on either side of the foot. You can walk your hands a little bit forward to help create a little more space through your spine. And then as you exhale, bend your elbows, walk your hands back towards your standing foot and lift your leg in the air upward towards the sky. Rotate the thigh in toward the other thigh, creating lots and lots of space into the low back so that you can continue to lift the leg higher. You want what is called a hip to foot connection. You should be able to feel the entirety of your leg. Can you see your toes? Lift higher. And just notice that. Why, if you can see the toes and you know you can lift higher, did you choose not to do that? We are choice makers. Make the choice that benefits you the most. Lift. 3, 2, 1. Step your feet side by side. Bend your knees. Sit down deep into your chair. Shoot it up. And on the exhale, bowing forward. Looking up halfway. Come on back. Let's lower. Inhalation, curl the chest up. Exhalation, press it up and back. Downward facing dog. Drop down, please, onto your hands and your knees, and we'll take it into a dolphin. Lay your forearms onto the ground. You can take the interlaced grip. Your elbows should be slightly narrow of your shoulder, distance apart. Forearms are on the floor. If you're a little more advanced, you can have a block that you frame with your index finger and thumb at the top of the mat. And if you are really well practiced, you can just have your palms flat. Keep the elbows closer than shoulder distance apart. Tuck your toes. Take an inhale and fill that space in your upper back, creating lots of space there. And on the exhale, lift your seat up and back, coming into dolphin. Walk your toes towards your nose, lift your seat higher, and only come as far forward as you can keep your shoulders stacked in line with your elbows or slightly behind your elbows. Move your chest towards the legs. Lift the seat up. Shift some of the weight back as opposed to forward. Ideally, your heels do come down onto the floor in this pose. Sometimes we say things like, Lift your foot and put your toes on the ceiling, which clearly, that's not going to actually happen. But when I say to put your heels down onto the ground, that is absolutely possible. We're going to ekapada this pose, which is one leg up in the air. So feet should ideally be side by side, heels down onto the ground. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, lift your left leg upward towards the sky. In this pose, the hips can be slightly askew, meaning that the leg that's lifted, that hip will be a little bit behind the hip that is your standing leg. And this is fine. But you do try and level as much as you can by rotating the thigh in. If you lose your internal rotation, then you've got to lower your leg just a bit. Use the leg stretching up to help you enhance the strength in the leg that's on the ground. Make your legs work with each other. Because the more interconnected we become in our bodies, the more we understand how we are interconnected with everyone and everything else in the world. But we have to understand ourselves first. Go ahead and put that leg down. Take a breath. Take a cleansing breath if you need to. Take a deep breath in. And on the exhale breath, lift your right leg up. One leg up in Dolphin. Rotate the thigh in. Lift the leg as high as you can, still maintaining that internal rotation. When your shoulders and your arms start burning and your brain starts telling you that you can't do this, that this is the worst thing that's ever happened, and you've lost perspective, take another deep breath or a cleansing breath and reconnect with this moment. And if you need to rest, then rest. That's fine too. It's fine. But it should be a conscious choice. And then place that foot down. And rest. Balasana, child's pose. Your hands should be next to your ankles. Your torso is lying on your thighs. Your head is relaxed down. And let the exhalation breaths just wash through your shoulders, through your spine. Downward facing dog. Bring your feet side by side. Take an inhale breath and lift your leg on the left side upward towards the sky. And then step the foot up in between your hands, coming into Anjaneyasana, crescent lunge. The left knee is bending at 90 degrees, toes pointed toward the top of the mat. You're on the ball of your right foot. And if you need to modify the pose, you can put the back knee down. But ideally, keep the legs straight. Square your hips and square your shoulders, reaching the arms up above your head, and hold. Taking 2 more breaths here. One of the most important things in this pose is that you should feel as though the upper body could go backwards as opposed to being stuck forward. So tuck the tail down, pull in the belly, lift the ribs up off of the waist so that you can come up and slightly back. Find the balance. Your shoulders should be over your hips, not forward. Good, put your hands down. Step back and lower. Inhalation, upward facing dog. Exhalation, coming into downward facing dog. Bring your feet side by side. On an inhale breath, right leg rises. And step it forward for Anjaneyasana, crescent lunge. Ball of the left foot, left leg straight. If your leg is somewhere in between bent and straight, put the knee down on the floor or straighten the leg. Get the hips so that they face directly forward. Bring the upper body so it's stacked over the lower body. Arms are reaching up. Upper body is coming back. Keep powering up your back leg to help fuel the pose, lifting the chest more. Taking 2 more breaths here. Pulling in the low belly. Engaging both of the legs. Press through your heels a little bit more. Reach up, lift up, change. Put your hands down, step back and lower. Inhale up and exhale, bring it on back. Let's do some really fun flow. So we're going to take the left foot and step it forward, coming up into Prasarita Padottanasana, the wide leg forward bend. Come up with straight legs and turn your feet so that they face the long edge of your mat. Make your feet parallel and place your hands onto your hips. And tucking the tail down, lift the chest up, roll the shoulders back. Exhale breath, bow forward. Put the hands to the mat. Walk back through the legs, and you have a choice here. You can grab your ankles into the palms of your hands, holding the outer ankle bone into the palms, or you can press up into Shirsasana 2, which is the tripod headstand from the straddle. If you choose to go up into the headstand, go directly in, you place the head onto the mat, and the head is the top of the triangle, and the hands are the 2 bottom corners of the triangle. The elbows are bent like a shelf. And you can lift your legs up. If you're holding Prasarita Padottanasana and holding on to the ankles, just increase the length using the hand to ankle connection to help you bring more leverage into your pose. So anytime you have any kind of contact, like hands holding on the ankles, interlaced hands, bindings, anytime you can press something into something else, you use that action to help you enhance and deepen the pose. Let's take 1 more breath here. Go a little bit deeper. No matter where you are, thighs are rotated in, low belly is in, chest is open. Good. Headstanders, make your way down. Try to place your feet where they started. And then everybody comes up. Inhalation, rising all the way up. Toe heel your feet in a couple of times. Turn your left foot to face the top of your mat. Turn your right foot in 80 degrees. Open your arms to the right and to the left at shoulder height. Inhale, get taller. Exhalation, hinge forward. When the torso comes parallel to the floor, we're taking it to revolved triangle. Take your right hand to the outside of your left foot, placing your hand down and turning your chest all the way to the left. Reach and open up that wingspan. Get the back leg, that's your right leg, super strong. Elevate a little bit into that hip and then drag the right rib cage more deeply forward and rotate the right ribs so that they're facing the left side of your mat. Now fold into Parsvottanasana, placing the hands on either side of the foot, putting the forehead onto your knee. Those of you who are more advanced, walk your hands a little bit further forward, as far as you can, and create lots of space in the side bodies and challenging your balance. You can even put your hands in the prayer position in line with your big toe. Let's take 1 more breath here. Now on the inhale breath, rise up. So the arms are above the head, come up, try to stay as even as possible. Coming out with integrity. You want to go in and out of your poses with integrity, composure. And from here, step your back foot to your front foot at the top of the mat. And we're going to take Natarajasana, the dancer. So keep your right arm up in the air, drop your left arm down, palm of the hand, soft of the elbow facing out, bending into your left knee, grabbing a hold of your foot on the big toe side. If you can't do that, just hold it outside. Inhalation, reach up, lengthen. Exhalation, kick it back. Kick the foot back and up. Lift the chest. Do not wing the knee out to the side. Send that leg straight back in line with the hip and upward towards the sky. Rotate the chest so it faces directly forward. Try to level the hips a little bit better. Hinge forward slightly, lift your chest more. Hinge forward slightly, lift your chest, lengthen through both of the arms, kicking back, lifting higher. 3, 2, 1. change. Place the feet side by side. Reach the arms upward towards the sky. Exhalation, bowing down. Looking up halfway. This time just step back. Stepping back, be kind to your low back. And lower. Inhalation, curl the chest up. And exhalation, press up and press back into the downward facing dog. Let's take 2 breaths here. That was a lot. We're going to do the other side. Take the right foot and step it up, coming into Prasarita Padottanasana. And because Prasarita Padottanasana is a fully balanced pose, we can do something different on this side than we did on the last side. And so turn your feet so they face the long edge of your mat. Parallel your feet, legs are straight. You can place your hands on your hips. You can take interlaced grip, or you may want to put your hands into reverse namaskar, reverse prayer position. Those of you who stand on your head, you're welcome to go up again. Those of you who want to try it, maybe you were a little bit nervous on the other side, but now you're really up for the challenge, then go ahead and give yourself a chance to try it out. I'll talk you through also tripod prep once we get down there. So lift the chest up, curl the chest open, and on the exhale breath, hinge forward where the hips meet the thighs. If you have an interlace or a reverse prayer, then just work on opening up across the chest and shoulders. Keep the shoulder heads back behind the breastbone. Gravity's going to grab you. If you want to work onto the tripod headstand prep pose, walk your hands back, put your head down. You might have to bend your knees in order to get your head to come down on the ground. And then clearly you don't go into this pose if you have neck issues. Okay. And so walk your hands back. Send the elbows straight back. Line up your wrists underneath your elbows so you have a 90-degree angle and your head's at the top of the triangle. And you can put your knees onto your upper arms near the armpits and bring the feet together. So you're balancing onto your head and your hands, but you're still keeping your body in a little bit of a tight ball. You look like a little crab. Those of you who go up, go up. Those of you working your other pose, breathe more deeply into wherever you may find that you have tight spots. We're all interconnected with our breath. One more breath. Headstanders, come down. Good, inhale. Everyone come up. Toe heel in a couple of times. Turn your left foot in pretty deep. Turn your right foot so it faces forward. Open your arms to the right and to the left. Take a deep inhale breath from your tail to your crown. As you exhale, bringing the chest parallel to the ground, spin, turn the waist, take the left hand to the outside of your right foot, coming into the revolved triangle. Open up through the arms, engage the legs, lift your left hip slightly, and then drag the left rib cage further forward towards the head and rotate, turning the waist, the chest, the shoulders, ultimately the neck. One more breath. And on the exhale breath, place your hands down on either side of your forward foot and place your forehead on your knee, or you can put your chin onto your shin. And those of you that want to challenge, if you did this on the other side, you can walk your hands forward as far as you can. And put your hands in prayer position if you want to challenge your balance. Ground through your feet, engage through your thighs. The stronger and straighter you keep your legs, the more length you're going to create into your spine. One more breath. Hands above the head, prayer position, inhalation, breath. Rise all the way up. Come up with that integrity, the composure, confidence. And then step your back foot to your front foot. This time keeping your left arm up into the air and dropping your right arm down by your side. Palm of the hand soft to the elbow facing out, bending the right knee and grabbing the instep of the right foot. Coming into Natarajasana, the celebration dance pose. Inhalation, lift up, lengthen. On the exhale, kick back, press the foot back, lift the chest up. Find that dynamic where you lift up through your chest and through your arms as much as you press back and up with your leg, creating space. Hinge forward slightly, lift more. Stay with it. Square the chest. Gently bring the right hip around. Don't let that leg wing out to the side. Send that leg straight back and up. Kick and lift. Hinge forward, lift the chest one more time. Pour it on. You have 3, 2, 1, and release. Arms rise. Exhalation, bow it down. Look up halfway. Step back. We're going to lower all the way down onto the belly. Look to the left. Put your right ear on the right side of your face on the mat. Bring your arms down by your sides. And take a couple of breaths. You can close your eyes, but be very mindful that if you choose to close your eyes, that you use that to check in, not to check out. Be very mindful that you're not running away from your life, that you're participating in your life, that you fully understand that you must be involved. Some days are better than others. But every single time you come onto your mat, you have the opportunity to look at yourself and your life and how you're doing. You have the opportunity to change what you need to keep what you love, to let go of what you don't need anymore. Very simply, it's just being here. And you take what you learn on the mat into your daily life, every aspect of your daily life. Bend both knees. Reach back and grab a hold of your feet from the outside. This is Dhanurasana, belly down bow. Exhale. Draw your low belly in. On the inhale, begin to lift your chest. Exhalation breath. Press the shins back, feet back. Lift the thighs up off of the mat. Everything up. 3 breaths here. As you inhale, lengthen your spine up. Move your spine more deeply towards the front of your body. Let the shoulder blades draw down. Let the base of the shoulder blade move the chest more deeply forward and up. As you exhale, strengthen through your thighs, strengthen your arms, lift your arms, take your legs for the ride. Go up, lift up. 1 more inch. Get your knees behind your shoulders. Take a little weight forward so that you're resting right under the breastbone. And release. Lower down. Look over to the right. Put your left ear and the left side of your face onto the mat. Bring your arms down by your sides. You may want to do what is called windshield wiper your legs. You can bend your knees and just move the lower leg back and forth together in a windshield wiper motion. Feels nice on the back. And then rest. Big toes towards each other. Heels flop open. Palms facing up. Place the hands up underneath the shoulders. Tuck your toes forward. Take a deep inhale breath. Come into high push-up plank. And on the exhale, lift your seat up and back. Let's do a little more. Step up with your left foot coming into warrior one. Clasp your hands behind your back in an interlaced grip. Take an inhale breath, lengthen, grow taller. On the exhale breath, fold to the inside of your leg, coming into humble warrior. Stretching the arms up and over, push into the outer edge of your foot. In the back, engage the right leg, make it straight and strong. Keep opening the left groin, from the groin to the knee, so that knee's pointing at the top of the mat directly. If you are pregnant or you have a back issue, you can put the left side body on the thigh. Otherwise, you should be inside the leg. The arms are going up and over, so you're not just pulling them over, you lengthen them and then bring them over. Let the head relax. 2 more breaths. Use your inhalation breath, arm strength, core strength, come up. Come into warrior one, and let's take warrior one up into warrior three. On an inhale, grow a little bit taller through your spine. As you exhale, lay your torso on your thigh and be here for 2 breaths. Arms are extended above the head, they're in line with your ears. And you come on the ball of your right foot. Take another inhalation breath, and as you exhale, press up into warrior three. Warrior three is one long line from your fingertips all the way through your extended toes. Lift at your armpits, your elbows, your wrists. Strengthen your belly, strengthen your thighs, level your hips for 3, 2, 1. Back into warrior one, taking 1 breath here, all the way in and all the way out. On your next exhale, put your hands to the ground, step it back, and lower, flow. Inhale, curl the chest up. Exhalation, press it up and back, coming into downward facing dog. Right foot steps forward, warrior one. Turn your chest so it faces directly forward, amp up that back leg. Left leg is straight, outer edge of the foot is down. Interlace in the opposite interlace behind you. Take an inhale breath, taller through the spine. Exhalation, fold to the inside of the leg, or if you need to, you modify. The arms are going up, they're going over. Strengthen in the outer shoulder, lengthen in the inner arm from the armpit all the way through the palm. Pushing the arms up off of your back and over your head. You want to take that right hip in a little bit, keep the knee pointing forward, taking 1 more breath. Relax your head, let your head come closer to the floor. Some of you will get your head on the floor. Do not collapse left groin to do that. Everything has to work together. You want the real deal. Inhale and come up. Square the chest forward. And we'll take this into warrior three. So warrior one to warrior three. Inhalation breath, grow taller. Exhalation, lay the torso onto the thigh. Hold here, keeping the arms in line with the ears, reaching forward. Come onto the ball of that back foot. Take another inhale breath, and on the exhale breath, lift up, coming into warrior three. Level the hips, rotate the thigh in. Keep engaging standing leg and reach and lengthen through your arms forward and through your legs back. Find that balance. Hold. 3, 2, 1. Drop it back into warrior one. Take 1 full breath all the way in and all the way out. On the next exhale, place the hands to the mat, step it back and lower. Inhale, curl the chest up, and exhale, press it up and press it back, coming into downward facing dog. Taking a breath. Now it's time to flip our dogs. It's also known as wild thing. Move your left hand and your left foot toward the center line of your mat. Lift your right foot up, bend the knee, drop the foot over to the outside of the mat, flipping that dog. Taking 2 breaths here. Tucking the tail, lifting the chest, ride the wave all the way up through your chest. Let the head go back and change. Flip that dog right back over. Move your right hand, right foot to center, left leg goes up, drop the heel toward the opposite buttock, drop the foot onto the floor, bend the knees, tuck the tail, then straighten the legs and lift the heart. Ride that wave for 3, 2, 1. And change. Flip that dog right back over. Take 3 breaths here. Look up. Step or jump. Exhale. Fold in. Rise up. Bring your hands to heart center. This is Fireheart.